before the top of the hour. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the prime time games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us, David Racey with us, at Brad Francis, Brian Bitler, Jay Briggs. Of course, James will be joining us a little later. Al Ninos, and so will Ron join us a little bit later on. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. Bitler, Racey, Briggs, Francis, Ninos, Clark, Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. All right. 12 games scheduled here for Major League Baseball. No day games. We do have a game starting in about 5 minutes. Cleveland, the White Sox will be getting at it here, and then leave us with a 12-game card for today. Also, one from the NBA, one from the NHL. We have a closeout game in the NBA. We'll see how that rolls. We're going to cover that game. But let's get the week started, as we always do, with Brian Bitler. We catch him over at Pick Dogs. Him having a great Major League Baseball season this year. Bring in Brian right now. Brian, what's happening?
You know, I tell you, I love to kick off the new week on the drive-thru with my good buddies here, especially you, Tony T. Hopefully I can give out a winner. Definitely looking forward to keeping or at least ending May on a hot note.
That's right. We still have a week left of May. June 1st is the week from Thursday is when the NBA Finals begins. We were joking with Jason. He's going to have a lot of time off pretty soon, but he still thinks these series might get extended.
We could do the WNBA. We could get
That's right.
On the WNBA
That's
show.
right. Get him on the WNBA show.
I'd tune in.
There you go. There you go. There's some ideas there. So we'll get in there with WNBA. We'll speak it out. We'll get into baseball talk today as the Astros head into Milwaukee here to face these Brewers tonight. On surface here, the pitching looks pretty decent here. In this one is you got Javier and Burns going at it. Close line here. Brewers favorite the home team -108, total 7.5.
Yeah, on a smaller type card here, I'm going to roll with the Milwaukee Brewers on the drive-through. How often do we get to play Corbin Burns at this kind of bargain basement price? Christian Javier does go for the Astros, and he's been red hot. 3 quality starts in a row, and Astros 7 straight wins. Corbin Burns has looked solid, though, after a rough start. 4 straight quality starts for Mr. Burns. Astros have historically struggled in Milwaukee, going 14-38 last 52 meetings. Brewers are also 6-1 last 7 interleague home games. They're 24-10 long-term last 34 interleague games. I'm going to take the Milwaukee Brewers. Almost no juice here on the money line with Corbin Burns pitching.
All right, Brian says go ahead and go here with the Brewers -105 here against the Astros. One note here with this with Burns. Burns started off a little slow as far as the K rate, but he's starting to get his Ks up a little bit more. And something you would probably expect here as time goes on. These pitchers probably getting back closer to form, getting that velocity up, having a little bit more command on their pitches and fooling batters, as we've starting to see Burns is getting his strikeouts up a little bit now.
Burns definitely getting his strikeouts up a little bit, and that's what he needs to do. Javier has been excellent. I mean, his whip is under 1, 0.97, so it's definitely not an easy matchup. I just the Brewers at home at this price, and after they need to get a W under their belt after a couple losses, I just think we're getting a good value here with the Brewers at home.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We were seeing Corbin Burns' strikeout rates in the teens, now up to 21.5%, so that's on the way up here. And looking here at the Brewers here, on the Brewers side, -105 against the Astros. Astros team, Brian, that has the issues scoring runs. When they face Oakland, you expect some, 8, 9, 10 runs, but they had struggles there in that series trying to get runs.
Yeah, if you look at the competition that the Astros have faced, they're coming off of a series with the Oakland A's. I mean, who couldn't beat the Oakland A's? Chicago Cubs, who have been struggling recently. And then before that, they played the Chicago White Sox. So that they haven't been playing They haven't been playing the Murderers Row Yankees. So it is what it is. They won the games, but not great competition for the Astros.
Not at all. Here we go, Brian, with the Brewers -105 here against the Astros. This one to have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, Brian and I, as we said, we'll still have 10 games on the board here for Major League Baseball. See the good results here from Brian. 1,413 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. So you can verify those numbers going to Brian's handicapper page. Of course, tonight we got the baseball as well as singles from the NBA and NHL. What do you have going on over at the site?
I'll tell you what, I had a 1-2 day yesterday, but the only good thing about yesterday is my titanium hit my $19 best bet you can get at pickdogs.com. I got another Major League Baseball titanium play, 25, 12, and 1. Last 38, that's a 68% hit rate. And then long term, that titanium play 166, 115, and 1. That's 282 $19 titanium plays. So make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com and get my best bet today. Just $19 guaranteed. Also, I'm on an all premium run, 23-13. So now's not a bad time to jump on that 3, 7-day or 30-day plan. I've got plenty of action to close out the month of May.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dog Stream. Of course, you can see the great results there from Brian that he's posted up today over at the site over at Pick Dog Stream. So get on board with Brian. Of course, remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. But, here we are. Instead of buying these plays individually, you may consider going with the long-term pass, that 3, 7, or 30 All Sports Pass. You get all of Brian's premium plays for that time. You select when you go over to Brian's handicapper page and make that purchase. And don't forget that promo code pick at checkout, save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. That is even greater value there. All right, Brian, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you here at the end of the week.
I look forward to seeing you at the end of the week, Tony. I'm going to get my boots out. I'm ready to go square dancing, but we've got a couple days of streaking left to go. But you have a good week, and I'll see you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Brian Bitler here on The Drive Thru. Let's continue on over the coverage. Let's bring in David Racey, another capper here on the show that has been doing fantastic in Major League Baseball. He's seen at the top of the leaderboards for the year, so let's bring him in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with David Racey. Bring him in right now. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. The last time we talked, I was hoping my Pistons would get the lottery luck, and they got the 5th pick. So looks like another year Detroit basketball will be irrelevant.
Oh boy, yeah, it's tough out there in Motor City. It's pretty tough. I kind of like your guys on the diamond tonight, but it's rough there on the ice as well as the hardwood, no doubt. But here we go tonight. This one on FS1, nationally televised. Twins hosting the Giants. Minnesota here minus 159. The total sits at 8.5.
Yeah, I like Minnesota in this matchup. They're 14-8 at home. They've played well at home this season. They've scored more runs this year than San Francisco has. And they have the better team ERA. The Twins are also starting Bailey Ober, and he's been fantastic. He's allowed a total of 6 earned runs in his last 5 starts, which has been just over 30 innings of work. And I like him to have success here against the San Francisco team that is in the bottom third in the MLB for runs scored. San Francisco's only 7-13 on the road. They have an elevated team ERA as well, which doesn't bode well for them because today they're going with an opener. He should only pitch an inning or 2, and then they're going to go to that bullpen. So I think the Twins will have success, and I like Bailey Ober and this Twins team to get the win tonight.
All right, we got David here on the Twins, a minus 150 here against. Do your shopping. This is the sharpest book in the world. There's many books out there, guys. So do your shopping. Get the best numbers here. So David here coming in here on this Giants, on this Twins team. Of course, what did you take out of this Twins road trip? It was a tough one going into in LA, right? Facing that Dodger pitching, facing the Angels. Of course, the Giants, got that series win against the Marlins.
Yeah, it was a tough trip for them. But like you said, the Dodgers team and the Angels team, really, they're good squads. The Dodgers are playing really well right now. The Angels are a little bit hit and miss. But when you factor in their home record, that 14-8 record at home is pretty solid. And again, the San Francisco offense is nothing to be scared of. The Dodgers and the Angels both have very solid offensive attacks. And I just don't see it with San Francisco. And then I just saw too, Buxton is playing today. He was questionable, so that's another good sign for the Twins.
There we go. Here, David here. Twins minus 150 against the Giants. This one to have a start time 7:40 Eastern time. All right, David. Let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream for tonight's action. Of course, David showing that great results in Major League Baseball. 690 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dog Stream. So if you go over to David's handicapper page, you can verify those numbers. They're all documented over at the site. We do have a game that has already started. So 11 games on the board here for Major League Baseball. Singles from the NBA, NHL playoffs. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, and kind of a small card today. I have quite a bit going on. I have my MLB 3-pack that I have just about every single day. I have an NBA premium play tonight as well as an NHL premium play. So plenty to choose from. Like you said, I've been hot in Major League Baseball. I went 3-0 yesterday. So head on over there, look at my packages, join me for the day. Or if you're looking for more value, check out those long-term subscriptions or pair me up with another capper. But either way, head over to Pick Dogs Premium and let's cash some bets.
Cash some bets indeed with David Racey over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results in Major League Baseball. 3-pack up there, singles up there from the NBA and NHL. Or if you prefer the long-term pass, here we are on a Monday. That 7-day pass is a great value there. Get all of David's premium plays for 7 days, all his baseball, NBA, NHL playoffs there for you as well. Pick as a promo code. You'll save 15% off that at that charge there, which amounts to about $21 off that 7-day pass. So it makes a great value there. So go ahead and get signed up and use that promo code. That pick promo code will save you that 15% off. All right, David, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. Let everybody know they can follow you also on the sites as you contribute in written form.
Yes, for sure. Over at pickdogs.com, I am a article writer, so myself and all the other writers, we give free picks on just about everything, every sport, every game. So it's a great resource to use and a great place to go find some free picks and some good data.
Yep, I've always I like the writers out there. I like the writers more than the talkers. That means you're more researched, right?
Yeah, I like to think so, but sometimes it doesn't play out that way.
I know, but you follow his work guys over there at Pick Dog Sports Chat, and of course get signed up to one of his long-term passes. All right, David, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. David Racey here on the Drive Thru. All right, we'll continue on with our show, guys. If you miss a pick, we'll recap at the end of the show. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Let's welcome in Jay Briggs. You catch him over at Pick Dog. I was trying to talk Jay into his possible long-term vacation here, as I thought these NBA playoffs, these Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals were going to finish and give him hopefully 7 days off, but he don't think so. But anyway, let's bring him in right now. We'll catch Jay over at Pick Dogs. He's got some baseball for us. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on, man? What's going on?
I was trying to give you some time off, my man, but you think you got some more work to do this week, huh?
I think so, Tony T. I think I'm going to have a little extra 2 days or so.
Extra 2 days or so. All right. Well, June 1st in the NBA Finals, they had Jake going on vacation after tomorrow's show, his NBA show. But I'm looking at 2 sweeps. He isn't. So, but anyway, we come here to baseball today. I think this is a pretty good matchup. It's early in the season, and we got two division rivals headed with the Blue Jays and Rays going head-to-head. Pretty close line here from the sharpest book in the world here. Blue Jays -110, total of 9.
Yes, sir, man. It's a really great game today, man. The Rays have been on red hot, to be honest. But I think today this one goes to the Blue Jays, man. I'm going to put my Blue Jays hat on, and we're going with the Jays today. I think they go down there to Tampa and get it done. The pitching matchup drastically favors the Blue Jays to start. I have loved what I've seen from Chris Bassett to begin this season, man. I think that's been probably one of the biggest stories for this Blue Jays team, how well he's been. He's probably, I can make the argument, he's been, their best pitcher, even better than Manoah and Gausman, how well he's pitched this season. They've won his last 3 starts. His last 3 starts, he's also pitched shutouts. He went 7 innings, 9 innings, 7 innings. And in all 3, he didn't give up a single run. On the other side, they got Trevor Kelly on the mound for the Rays. He's more of an opener. He's only gone like 1 and 2 innings in every start he's pitched this season. I think the Blue Jays bats kind of get to him early. And if they do go with the bullpen later, I expect them to get to him as well. I'm looking for another great outing from C. Bassett, and I think it all leads to the Blue Jays getting themselves a divisional win today on the road.
All right, we got Jay here on the Blue Jays -112 here against the Rays, and of course you're going here against a Rays team that's been strong at home. I mean they've put up some impressive home numbers, but again, you look at the pitching here, right? Bassett has been solid. We're looking at the possibly, we mentioned some of the pitchers tonight. Looks like Josh Fleming also may see work in there. And Fleming is someone that I have a hard time supporting only because of that high contact rate. And also he's been kind of hit up the past few seasons with the Rays.
Yeah, and I think the Blue Jays really need a bounce back. They've lost 4 straight, 4 at home too, lost all 3 to the O's, man, and had, I would say, 2 chances to win both of those games. The last 2 was on them. They had nice leads in the last 2 against the O's and let them both get away from home. So I think they come in locked in, focused. We know they're a great outing from C. Bassett. I think the Blue Jays get back on winning side. So I got to fade the Rays at home today. If there was ever a spot, I think today is the right spot.
All right, Jay says today's the right spot to fade the Rays. Blue Jays -112, -110. Do your shopping, get the best numbers in this one. This game will have a start time here, 6:40 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, Jay, again, showing great results in Major League Baseball for this year. Fully documented over at Pick Dog Stream. So you can verify those numbers simply by going to Jay's handicapper page, and you'll be able to see every play that he's released there on the site. So tonight, we did have a game just begin. So we're down to 11 games from Major League Baseball, 1 from the NBA. one from the NHL. Your boys, what's going on with them Stars? What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yes, sir. I got 2 plays tonight. I got one in the NBA in that Western Conference Finals closeout game. I got a play in that, and then I have my favorite play in Major League Baseball. So just 2 plays for me tonight on a small card on a Monday. Looking to hit both my $19 NBA Jam Session play and my $25 MLB play of the day. You can scoop up both over at Pick Dogs Premium or hop on some long-term. Let me help you make some money over an extended period of time. Or pair me up 2-for-1 capper special, man. And it's everybody at Pick Dogs is pretty high right now. So pair me up with one of the great guys, man, and let's put some money in your pocket.
You get some money in pocket indeed with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. See great results here in Major League Baseball for the year. So get on board with Jay over at Pick Dogs. That jam session is on the board right now, so get on board with it. $19. Of course, credit guarantee. You must turn a profit, and the amount you purchase is credited back to your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. That's on the one-day passes. Long-term passes are not guaranteed because they're sold at a great discount. And of course, that 7-day pass is a great way to go here on a Monday if you want to go that route instead of buying the plays individually. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jay, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But to let everybody know, your NBA Jam Session, long as there's a game, there's a show. And, of course, we're looking at the drop here in the morning. And, of course, you come in live at 4 Eastern.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You took the words right out of my mouth. So if there's a game, we're live. Game 4 tonight. Nuggets trying to close them out. So if they close them out, then that's it for the Lake Show. And then we got game 4 tomorrow as well. Closeout game. Miami trying to close that at home, though. So Tony trying to give me the early vacation in the NBA. We'll see if it comes to fruition or not. But, yes, if there's a game, I will be live with my with my live show, and then I'm going to drop in the morning as well as I continue to try to cook up this NBA playoffs. All
right, we're getting some comments on the main channel throughout social media about Jay. They're asking, are you going to be doing WNBA?
That's a great question. So I'm going to just be quite honest. WNBA is not a sport that I follow a ton, but hey, I could always start, man. If y'all really want it, then I might dig deep and get to studying some WNBA.
All right, so it's up to the viewers out there. So if that's something you want, you can request on the drive-thru or when Jay's on his live shows, put those comments in there. If you would like to see a WNBA show from Jay, just make sure you let him know in the comments during his live show or on his drops on his video so he can check it out. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir, Tony T. I'll see you tomorrow.
You got a Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. There you go. I like that myself. By the way, showing that team there. I don't want to give out too much, but I really like that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, let's bring in Brad Francis. We got some Lakers Nuggets on the mind here, so let's bring him in right now. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He was the first to come in with the pick, and this was the game he liked. So usually when those guys come in fast with the play, you got to like it. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? How's the Monday going?
Monday's going great. All right, here we go. Game 4 NBA playoff, Western Conference Final. Nuggets looking for the closeout against the Lakers, 8:30 Eastern Time, ESPN. We know the Lakers now up to 3.5. This was around 3 for most of it, but this is the sharpest book in the world, so we're seeing some Laker money here. Total sits at 226.
Yeah, I'm looking at the total here, and I'm loving the under in this one. This is the highest total of this series so far, and I think we see a similar outcome to Game 2 in this one. The Nuggets, they've been hot beyond the arc. They hit 17 threes in Game 3, which has been, in my opinion, the Lakers' downfall this series, just allowing way too many three-pointers. And you think, with the Lakers, this is a must-win game, that they're going to come up with some type of adjustment to slow down the three ball. And like I said, that's really what this comes down to. I'm not worried about the Lakers coming in and dropping a bunch of points. The Nuggets, they've been playing great defense. The last 2 games, the Lakers scored 103 points and 108 points. So, yeah, my angle here is that if the Lakers need to win this game, they're going to have to do that by playing good defense, and I think they come in into this one with a defensive-focused mindset. I think, they keep Dennis Schroeder on Jamal Murray and just stay in his face, really, and stop the three ball. So I'm going to take my chances with the under here.
All right, we got Brad going to go. We just saw that under 226 as we flip and adjust to the current live odds here. We've seen the movement here in this game, as you probably know, based on your send out here at 224 to 226. So we've seen some of the bettors out there, especially the sharpest book in the world, moving this total up 2 points at 226. Of course, you can't, you look at the way that where the Nuggets are shooting this series, 50% from the field, 41% from three. Of course, we know that's not always going to last, so you're looking for some regression here in Game 4.
Exactly, yeah. And I was surprised this total bumped up to 226. I love it even more, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep up that good of shooting consistently, game over game. So, like I said, guys like Jamal Murray, for him to have 3 straight games where he's just shooting lights out, I think is a tough task to ask for. So I think we do see some type of regression here.
All right, we got Brad here. Nuggets, Lakers under 226 now. This one will have a start time here, 8:30 Eastern time. You can catch this game over on ESPN. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, showing good results over the last 7 days. 228 units of profit, all document over at Pick Dodge Print tonight. 11 more on the board here from Major League Baseball. Also the singles from NBA and NHL. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yes, sir. I got my best play in the NBA today. It's the side I like in the game. I'm actually 6 for 6 on the conference final, so undefeated so far in the conference final when it comes to my premium pick. So pretty proud of that. Hope to go 7-0. And then I have 2 MLB plays as well. So you can either buy my NBA play separate or you can buy my 3-pack on there. But 3 days, 7 day, 30 days, the best value all the time.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Brad Francis over at Pick Dodge Premium. Great results over the last 7 days. Of course, we got Brad with that $19 premium special. NBA premium has been hot right now in these NBA in this Western Conference Finals. So get on board there. Also with a Moolah Monday 3-pack, but instead of buying the plays individually, we always talk about the 7-day pass on Monday. That's the best value there. All plays from Brad here. 7 days baseball, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. Pick is the promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. You can also add a second capper with that 2-point capper promotion, even greater value there. Save $21 off that 7-day pass right now. So get on board. All right, Brad, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you end of the week. But the UFC takes a week off?
Yep, we got a week off UFC, so me and Mills will be back the following week.
Well, on the week indeed, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Brad and Mills are back in a couple of weeks with their live show with those UFC picks, you're live with them to get the plays in real time to get the best numbers. All right, Brad, have a great rest of the week. We'll catch up with you Friday.
All right, thank you, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. Brad Francis here on The Drive Thru. Let's continue on. Guys, if you miss a pick, we will recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here. Up next, Al Ninos. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. I think we're set to roll. I think he's having a lot of the cappers here having fantastic years in Major League Baseball this year. Bring him in right now. Al, what's happening? You're on mute there. We can't hear you, Al Ninos. Yeah, no sound from Al Ninos. Sign out, sign back in. Let's see. He's usually fast at this, so we'll give him a chance to do that.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. We can hear you now, Al Ninos. All right, Dodgers and Braves going head to head. We know the Dodgers have had some injuries in the rotation with Urias and May here on the injured list, so they're kind of going with the rookie starter here against Morton for the Braves. You see the line here: Braves minus 147, total 9.5.
Yeah, no, we expected a lot more out of this rookie than what he showed in his MLB debut, but he's getting the second shot here. Unfortunately for him, it comes against what I think is probably the best lineup in the majors this year. So it's going to be a rough one for him on the road here, I think. And the Dodgers have been playing pretty well, but fallen off a little bit lately. They still have a pretty good lineup, but again, I still take that Braves lineup over theirs this season. And when's the last time we've seen the Dodgers bullpen be this bad? They've struggled all season long, yeah. And that's another huge edge for the Braves here. The starting pitch, and Charlie Morton's getting back into form. He's looking pretty decent this season. Again, tough matchup for him too, but just think he has the better start here. And again, better bullpen to close it out for the Braves. Better lineup throughout the whole game. So laying a little bit of juice here with the Braves, but again, you can take a little bit on the run line as well if you don't want to lay all that juice. Don't go against the Dodgers often, but I think this is a spot to go against them here, so I'm on the Braves.
All right, Al Nino says go Braves, lay the minus 147, 150. Do your shopping, get the best numbers in this game. Yeah, hard to argue that because, you're looking at the Stone. He doesn't figure go deep in this game, and this Dodger bullpen has really had their struggles. We saw that in St. Louis, and can you believe it? Here we are almost 2 months into the season, and the Dodgers bullpen on the road in ERA near 6.
Yeah, again, I don't think I've seen them this bad in my lifetime. I don't remember them ever being this bad, and definitely something they have to figure out if they want to have any success this season or go deep into the season at least. I mean, they can still bully the smaller teams around, but when it comes to matchups like this. They're really going to struggle with a bullpen like that.
All right, so we're looking at Nick beats Vegas, like Goldschmidt over 1.5 bases, -110 there. So we're getting some of the folks chiming in here. Ninos Pacinos. And then he says, likes the Lake Show. He sees Ninos, he thinks Lake Show all the way. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'd probably go against my Lakers tonight too. And I don't know if the Sparks are playing. Doesn't really matter, I guess. But I'd probably go against them too, doing all Fade LA parlay.
The Fade LA parlay there from Al Ninos. All right, here we go. There we go. Braves here lay about the 150 against the Dodgers. This one will have a start time here of 7:20 Eastern time. All right, Al Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. As we were talking about earlier, Al Ninos has been doing great work here in Major League Baseball. 1,089 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. So you can verify those numbers going to Al's handicapper page, go down to Pick History. Those plays are there for you to check out. So get on board there with Al Ninos. Al, okay, we got 11 left on base from baseball. We got NBA and NHL on the board. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Got a 3-pack the MLB today. You could get that. I also got a couple of those plays in the 3-pack sold individually, including my $19 play of the day. Cooled off a little bit in the MLB over the last couple of days, but still on a 16-6 run there. So looking for a big bounce back in the MLB.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got in the chat room right now. We got Mills in the chat room. He's agreeing with Al Ninos there with the Braves. So get on board with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here in baseball. 1,100 units of profit for the year. As Al Ninos was saying, he's got his baseball grand slam up there. His $19 premium play up there. 16-6 run in MLB. So if you're looking for that big bet, there you go from Al Ninos with that $19 premium play, or else buy his grand slam on a 3-pack. So way to roll there with Al Ninos. Of course, we talked about this long-term pass, 3, 7, or 3rd day all sports pass. Get all of Al Ninos premium plays with that period of time you select. You go to his handicapper page, make that purchase, covers all plays there with that long-term pass. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you in a recap in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm seeing it broke a couple of hearts in the chat there. I will be rooting for my LA teams, but again, can't always bet with your heart though. So I think that's where the smart bet is, or at least the better bet is. It doesn't always work out the way it should, but I think that's where you got to go.
Yep, seeing a lot of folks here on this Laker first half. We're seeing some in the chat. We're seeing some Laker support tonight. Some folks think the Lakers will be able to avoid that elimination, but it's a 3.5-point line now. That's what we've seen the line move from. It was open 4, 3.5, 3 this afternoon. Then the money's come on the Lakers here today as it's moved to 3.5. All right, Al, we'll catch up at the end of the recap.
All right, see you in a minute, Tom.
You got Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on. Up next is James Clark. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Said he was going to sign in a little late today. I hope we can catch him. Hope he signed in. I haven't looked at we'll bring him in right now here in a second. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in James right now. I think we're ready to roll with James Clark. He is here. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you today, buddy?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball for tonight. Features the Marlins here off their trip in San Francisco, heading to Colorado, face the Rockies here with the Marlins favored here at -115. Total now 11.5.
Yeah, guys. You look at these two teams. Both of these teams, the last 5 games, they both lost 3. You look at the Marlins here. They're not a good away team. Got Cabrera on the mound. The Marlins have struggled away, which they've struggled pretty much all year. And you look at the Rockies here, they play a lot better at home. They got Anderson on the mound, 11.5 on the total here. I do see a lot of runs in this game, but the play that I really like, I like the Rockies money line here at +110 or +106 or -106, whichever one it is right now. But anyways, guys, I like the Rockies, starting out the first series and plus them at home. With the Rockies line up against a Marlins team that struggles on away, like I said, there are going to be a lot of runs, but I think it's at the end of the game, you're going to see the Rockies with a lot more runs, and I think they beat the Marlins today in the first series here, first game of the series.
All right, James here on the Rockies, +106 here against the Marlins. Yeah, it's hard to argue that one because, again, Marlins have had their struggles here on the road. And don't forget, remember, Miami is 30th last in all of baseball in run production, which is a concern there. Of course, sometimes in Colorado, it depends how those baseballs are. They don't always get those high-scoring games. And Cabrera, the one thing that always I circle around him, which is always hard to back, especially here in Colorado, is the fact that 16.5% of the batters that come up to the plate against Cabrera are walking.
Yeah. And you walk in this ballpark and one swing of the bat, and you know how the ball flies. And then there you go. You got 4 or 5 runs. Like, that's why the total's high. You know, both these pitchers give up a lot of runs. And I see a lot of runs, but I just see the Rockies, with the more home runs, more hits, more runs.
Yeah, and for Chase Anderson, this could be it for him. You know, he three years in a row, it's been ERAs in the 6s and 7s, and he was released here, I believe, by Tampa Bay, was picked up by Colorado. Actually, his numbers this year haven't been too bad. So he's really trying. He's pretty much pitching for his Major League Baseball career right now.
Yeah, he is. You know, you want to get a win, especially coming here at the Rockies. You know, if you're not, you might be back in the minors, or you never know the next year. But like you said, he has been pitching decent this year. But I think the Rockies lineups, I think the Rockies bats bails him out here and gets him a win.
There you go, going against this Marlins 30th ranked offense in baseball and run production, last in baseball. James here on the Rockies, plus 106 here against the Marlins. This one will have a start time here of 8:40 Eastern time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight's action. Of course, James producing really good results here, as you can tell. Here in last 30 days, 725 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. You can verify that simply by going to James's handicapper page. Go down to pick history. You'll see all the plays up there listed for James. All right, James, one game started already here with Cleveland and the White Sox. So that leaves us with 11 games here from Major League Baseball, one from the NBA, one from the NHL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I got 2 3-packs going on, Tony. I got 1 3-pack's got the NBA game in it, and 2 MLB games that I really love. And then the other 3-pack has got 3 MLB games that I really love. I've been real hot here lately, last 30 days, guys, especially in baseball and in basketball. I'm right now in basketball. I'm 8-1-1 in my last 10 plays. Looking for a winner tonight. I also got 2 single plays, my 10-star plays that I really love, guys. So look at those. Or like I said, get the 3-pack after we go 3-0, upgrade 3-7. Or, get the 30-day, or like I say every time I'm on the show, guys, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of them, and we'll put some money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. Put money in your pockets with James Clark over at Pick Dodge. Great results here the last 7 days. 725 units of profit on a run here on a tear right now in NBA baseball. Get on board here. James does have a 3-pack up there, mixing baseball and NBA up there. Lots of individual plays as well. But again, the long-term pass will serve you well. You want to try James out for 7 days. Monday's a popular day to get that 7-day pass coverage for 7 days. MLB for 7 days. NHL, NBA as well. Pick is a promo code to save that 15% off. All right, James, it's always great having you on the show. We get a lot of people chiming in here in the chat room with James here on the board. We give out spreads and totals and money lines now on the show, but the cappers can also add a player prop if they'd like. We got some people asking because they're used to you giving out player props. Is there anything that caught your mind today?
Guys, before I got on the show, I was going to give this out. I love this play tonight. If you go look, if you have it on FanDuel or whatever, it's the doubles play where you can, pick the player and the winner. I got D'Angelo Russell getting 20 points and the Lakers winning. It's plus 1,600. Where has he been this series?
Yep.
He played good last series. He ain't done nothing this series. Here they are at home. If he steps up big, guys, and I think he will, trying to force the offense, because they need a fire spark. They know what AD's doing. They know what LeBron's going to do. They need somebody else. I mean, Rivers been doing what he's doing. So I look like D'Angelo Russell will step up and get 20 points, and the Lakers to win, guys, plus 1,600.
There you go. There you go from James Oakshore in West Virginia. So check your books, guys. Available there, no doubt about that. Yeah, so get on board there with James. So again, in that, thanks for the input there from the chat room. Of course, the cappers will give us spread, total, or money line, but they can also add a player prop. We didn't say they couldn't give them out on the show. We just want to make sure the main plays are the money line, total, or spread, and then they can come in with a player prop as a bonus play. All right, James, have yourself a great rest of the evening, and we'll catch up with you again at the end of the week.
All right, Tony. Appreciate you having me on the show, and good luck, guys, with catching tickets.
You got it. Catch and digs indeed. James Clark here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. We got hockey coverage, and you know who that's coming up next, right? Our man Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Catch him here as well on the morning show every day here at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch and Chris. Of course, the Puck Dogs video series, very popular video series here. One of the first ones, I believe, here on Pick Dogs was the Puck Dogs video series with Rod and Chris. Bring them in right now. Rod, who would have thought we'd have these many series when you and Chris got started about, 2.5 years ago, I think it was?
Right? I think it's longer than that. I think it's been like 3.5 years.
3.5 years now.
Coming up 4 years, we've been rolling with Big Dogs. Crazy how time flies, eh?
Yeah, I know that.
I didn't know that we got this big either. Like, from where we started to now, mind-blowing. Appreciate everybody, because without all you guys, we're definitely not here doing this. So definitely appreciate everybody. Smash that thumbs up. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate it.
That's right. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe, set notifications, so when Rod's on, you're on with him. Get the plays in real time. Don't miss a pick from Rod on the live shows and on the video series. All right, here we go tonight. Game 3, and between the Hurricanes and Panthers, well, what do you expect, right? You'd expect pretty much a competitive game here. Hurricanes, Panthers, pick a side. It's minus 105, both sides from the sharpest books. Total sits here at 5.5.
Right, there you go. Look at that line now. The sharp book has minus 105 on both sides, so definitely a coin flip. And we've seen in the first 2 games the reason why it is a coin flip, right? Because it has been a coin flip game. It bounced one way for Florida in both games, and hey, they got the win in Game 1 and Game 2. But Game 3, I think, just going to be just as competitive. I think going to be could be just as tight scoring as well. I'm waiting for one of these games to pop open where goals come early and often, but the way that we're going, better you stick with the tight, close unders here. But I'm going to go with the Hurricanes to make this a series. I think they come into Florida here and snag themselves a win. The Hurricanes 5-1 in the last 6 after scoring 2 goals or less in the previous game. And the big thing here, you look at Florida off of a win. They're only 9-14 following that win at home this season. And you look Carolina 7-3 in their last 10 meetings in Florida. Anderson back in the goal for this one. He played in Game 1. They rested him in Game 2. I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do, but Ranta played a great game, Game 2. It came down to overtime, and just a bad play there on the penalty. It happens. And Florida got the power play goal. You can't give up the power play in overtime, and those things happen. You look at the road team, 5-2 in the last 7 between these two as well. I think we want to. I don't see a sweep coming here in this series. I think the Hurricanes get this one. They've been out shooting the Panthers in both games. I think they continue to outshoot the Panthers, and they get a little bit of a puck luck where the puck bounces their way, and they snag the win here. Wouldn't be against you if you decide to put a little bit. This game hits overtime, as we've seen in both series. The first 4 games have all hit overtime. So,
all right, we got Rod here on the Hurricanes minus 110. Adjusted line has Hurricanes here. The series price, Panthers minus 420. You can't play that, but Hurricanes plus 320 to win this series. So down 0-2, it's still some respect there, but you got to, again, they're down 0-2. They have to win, 4 of the next 6 here to get that money in, but they're plus 320 now to win the series, adjusted series price.
See, I would, if you think they can come back, I wouldn't. Like I said, these games have been close. It's not like they've been blowing each other out. The Panthers definitely haven't been blowing out the Hurricanes. It's been close. It's taken overtime to snag a win, and both teams have hit the post. Both goalies have stood on their head. And the way hockey goes, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this 2-2 heading back to Carolina. Wouldn't surprise me. Also, now that you say that, I might sprinkle a little bit on the Hurricanes to come back in this one.
Adjusted series price plus 320 here. If you think the Hurricanes can come back and win this series down 0-2, but this Panther team, Rob, we were joking about being stuck on 2. They were sticking teams on 2 until last game. They gave up 1.
Where they gave up 1, right? Stuck on 2 for the longest time, and then they just gave up 1 goal. And it's Bobrovsky again, man. Bobrovsky's got to be leading the Conn Smythe Trophy voting, but he's battling with Kachuk, because Kachuk, those both OT winners. OT winners count for huge for the Conn Smythe. Game winners are huge, but there's a battle right there. If you can beat Bobrovsky, that's what it comes down to. Can you beat Bobrovsky? Get a couple bounces instead of them hitting the post, they go in. I think that's what happens here tonight. It starts with one game here. I think we want to see a little bit more of the tighter series. I don't think NHL wants to see sweeps. So I'm going to go with the Hurricanes here.
Yeah, we can't have too many 3-0. We already have 1 and 2 in NBA. we got
3-0s everywhere you look. 3-0s. But I don't think here. I think the NHL are going to be a little different story here. These have been two close, tight games. A little tighter than what the NBA when you hit a 3. We haven't seen close, tight games like that. They've all been at least 5-point wins by teams, right?
Yeah, it's been doggies.
Buzzer beaters.
The dogs.
Yeah, we haven't seen any buzzer beaters in the NBA. It's either been one side or the other, and it's been basically you're looking whether that team's going to cover the spread late in a lot of the NBA ones. I haven't seen some buzzer beaters. Definitely have in the NHL. Four straight buzzer beaters we've seen. So.
Yep. No doubt. Here we go. Rod, Hurricanes -107, -105. Of course, this is based on juice, right? You get good lines from your book. You can get -105, but some of the books are 10-cent spreads. Just do your shopping. This line's here, the live lines from the sharpest book in the world, just to show you guys if you do your shopping, you can get better numbers. This one have a start time 8 Eastern time. On tonight, the hockey is on TNT. The basketball is on ESPN. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. We do have a baseball game and stuff. Boy, Gaddis looking sharp today. I guess what happens when you get sent down to the minors, right? you come back and you want to stay in Major League Baseball. Yeah, you're looking sharp today so far. Looks more focused, more tuned in, not looking around everywhere. Looks to have his focus back. We'll see how it goes the rest of the game. But anyway, tonight, 11 games left to go here from Major League Baseball, as well as singles from the NBA, NHL. What do you have going on over at the site?
And over at the site, I've got my NBA drop a dime play. Looking for a third straight NBA play there. Scoop that up, $20. Or you can get my Mega Money Monday triple. That includes my $20 NBA drop a dime play is in that package as well as my top rated MLB play and my top rated play in tonight's NHL action. Scoop it up, $37.77. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off. Scoop all 3 plays up. I got a feeling we're going to sweep the board and start the week nicely.
That's right. Sweep the board nicely here with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dodge Premium, coming off a nice day yesterday. Get on board. Money Monday triple up there. Long-term passes are the way to go. Remember that 7-day pass. Great way to go here on a Monday. Again, all of Rod's premium plays for 7 days. All his MLB, NBA, and NHL. Pick promo code. Save that 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. We can catch up with you in the mornings every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, your video series with Chris.
Yeah, definitely tune in to the Puck Dogs. Me and Chris love shooting those videos. Tomorrow's video will be released momentarily. So like, subscribe, the way you get notified when that video gets released. The way you can get the best of the number with us. And definitely tune in the morning show, 10:30 Eastern, Monday to Friday. Me, Chris, and Mitch always have a good time on that show. Had a little internet issues, and they did a little bit of Monty Hall, and guessed my pick right when I came back after the internet issues. It happens. I haven't had an internet issue in months, and then this morning was one of those days that hey, just shows you that sometimes we do have technical difficulties. They do happen in this technical world of things. It's totally not what I wanted to do, but hey, it happened. And yes, they did get wrecked on my play.
That's right.
You can go back and check it out because I don't want to be like.
All right,
I'm okay that it was actually taking the Dodgers, so I'm on the Dodgers in this one against the Braves.
Braves, right? Any player prop out there? Any goalie? Any hockey prop? Anything you're looking at players?
The hockey prop. I'm going to go with Jordan Martinook of the Carolina Hurricanes to get an anytime goal. I think he's got 2 out of in the last 5 games. I think he can snipe one here. Go with Jordan Martinook, anytime goal for the Hurricanes.
There you go, from Rod Zawacky with that player prop. All right, Rod, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow on the drive-thru.
Definitely have yourself a good one, Tony. Everybody else have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow morning, and we'll see you tomorrow night, Tony.
You got it. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Catch him in the mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and make sure you check that drop for that Puck Dogs video series with those NHL picks with Chris and Rod Zawacky. Let's continue on here on the drive-through time for my pick, and then we go right to the recap. Let's get it underway here. We'll get to my play here. I'll put my game odds up here. Tigers and Royals going head-to-head tonight. Royals favorite here at minus 13, total 8.5. I'm going to be on the dog here with the Tigers here at plus the 102 against this Royals team. We got on the mound here tonight here for Detroit. We're going to see Michael Lorenzen, who has had a well-traveled pitcher, has had his ups and downs, but so far this year, ERA of 3.44, whip of 1.21. And, of course, Brady Singer will get the start here for KC. Singer, in 9 starts this year, has been struggling. An ERA over 7, whip of 1.53, a K rate of 19%, 1.38 home runs per 9 innings. But this is the first home game for KC after a 9-game road trip. That's always a flat spot for teams. I don't like taking these home teams when they're on the road for that long and they play their first home game without a day off. Remember, this is a Monday game after a Sunday game, so no day off in between after this 9-game road trip for KC. KC just 6-17 at home. Singer's form is poor. The KC bullpen form is bad here with an ERA of nearly 6. So the check mark will be here on the Tigers here in this one at plus 102. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs. I got 4 premiums for you right now on the board right now. I've got a best bet for Major League Baseball as well as a 3-pack bundling my NBA pick with my 2 from Major League Baseball. So 4 premiums up there, so get on board. Or you can also go with my long-term pass. Get my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time. Just like when you go over to my handicapper page and make that purchase, use that promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off. All right, before we get to the recap, we got some time here, guys. Let's just keep an update on some of the scores right now. We do have a game in progress right now. Bottom third, the Guardians up 1-0 here on the White Sox and threatening here again. Looks like they're going to have a runner on second here in the bottom of the 3rd inning here with no outs. So Cleveland threatening here again. Gaddis recalled here from the minor leagues. So we're talking about Gaddis was someone who was sent down to the minors. Just did not look right? And he came back, looks better in his uniform. Looks like he trimmed down. Looked like he lost some weight. The uniform does look a little bigger. Then the pants are tight. The abs are lower. The abs look good. So it looks like he's definitely lost some weight, no doubt, since he's been last on the mound, since we last seen him get pounded here. But 2 trips to the minors, come back and looking good so far. He's allowed no runs through the first 3 innings. Schulten's the primary is in there right now for Chicago. That's 1-0 here. Guardians with a runner on second right now for Cleveland. No outs here, bottom of the 3rd inning there. And of course, that's your day baseball right now. Or your opener here to start the day, and also Rangers and Pirates just get underway. No score, bottom first here between these two. Dunning against Ortiz here. Dunning, he's had a lot of struggles in his career pitching on the road, but that's why he started in the bullpen. And so far on the road, he's had a couple starts on the road and performed very well this year as he was primarily used in the bullpen. An ERA this year of 1.69, 4-0 on the season. So Dunning and Ortiz, no score, bottom of the 1st inning here for some of these 6:40 starts here. Another one here, Diamondbacks and the Phillies, top of the 1st inning, no score in this one. Big favorite here for the Phillies here, minus 214 with Zach Wheeler on the mound. Tommy Henry is the pitcher for the Diamondbacks. Henry, the left-hander, pitches to high contact, 11% strikeout rate, does walk a lot of batters. That's the big concern. That's probably why we've seen this line move big time here. Some of the database guys, some of the math people out there, the computer whizzes, they don't like these guys with these low strikeout numbers. Phillies big favorites here, 214, top of the 1st, no score in this one. Next up here, Blue Jays and Rays, which we talked about earlier with Jay, no score, bottom of the 1st in this one. Bassett and Fleming, you're starting pitching. Bassett got Bassett up pitching now here. The Blue Jays didn't score off of Fleming. Actually, Fleming is the primary pitcher, will be coming in doing the bulk work for tonight here for the Rays. And of course, bottom first here, the Reds have pushed. This was a big underdog today, and this was almost one of my plays here. Reds here, minus 1-0 here against the Cardinals in this one. The Cardinals, believe it or not, have been struggling against left-handed starters. 0-7. No, I'm sorry. Let me look at this again. The Reds are 7-0 against lefties, I believe, this year. Let me make sure I get that number straight, because there was something that really stood out in this game for me. Why it almost became this one almost. Well, actually, it didn't. The reason why it didn't is because it started at 6:40, and I usually give the pick out late. That's probably why it didn't become my show pick. But right now, let me put up that number. There was a massive number here on the Reds and it was pretty much, I believe the Reds were 7-0 against left-handed starters this year. Let me see if I can find this again here. Yeah, here we go. Reds are 7-0 against left-handed starters. The team record behind Montgomery this year is just 2-7. The Reds batting .277 against lefties, pushing across 5.5 runs a game. So far the Reds looking good here. 1-0 here, bottom of the first inning, still batting here against the Cardinals. So that's something to keep an eye on for future reference. And the Dodgers and Braves, then we get into the rest of the lineup for this evening here, as Dodgers and Braves will begin the primetime action. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. It's time to recap the play, so let's bring in Al Ninos to help me out with that. All right, we started out with Brian. He liked the Brewers, -105 against the Astros. David was on the Twins, -150 against the Giants. Jay was on the Blue Jays, -112 against the Rays. Brad liked the Nuggets. Lakers now under 226. Al Ninos on the Braves, -150 against the Dodgers. James was on the Rockies, +106 against the Marlins. Rod, Hurricanes, -110 against the Panthers. I'll be on the Tigers, +102 against the Royals. Other than your pick, Al Ninos, which one do you like the best?
Can't go with one that's already started. I'll go with the Rockies.
Rockies, I agree with there too. Rockies, I'll go there. Now 2-0 here on that Reds game. So we're starting to see the Reds getting up in. That was a big angle there that on this game, and I wish it would have been a premium. Now it's too late now, but I got my 4 premiums up there anyway. So that's going to do it here for the drive-thru guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow here live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We're bringing our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. They'll go with their plays here in prime time for you here on a Tuesday. We'll have NBA, NHL tomorrow, as well as a full 15-game card for Major League Baseball. So make sure you guys tune in. Don't forget all the live shows here on Pick Dogs. The morning show every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch, Rod, and Chris. Don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. The Betting Tools show and the Nerfies, Yerfies from Mitch as well. The Puck Dogs with Chris and Rod Zawacky giving out their NHL picks. The NBA Jam session live with Jay. When there's a game, there's a show. So make sure you guys tune in to that with a morning drop and his live show for Eastern Time. We see Mike Davis with his live show as well on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, as well as his first 5 innings and his prize picks for you as well up there. We got Nick's Nerfies and Yerfies as well. Ron Ramanelli's Major League Baseball rundown with picks on every game for Major League Baseball, and a lot more video series here. Mills with his prop video as well on the channel. Lots and lots of stuff. Shout out there to Mills in the chat room, and I think Mills is chiming in the one he liked the most. We'll go ahead and put that up there on the YouTube. Mills likes the Braves. That's the one he likes the most. So he's on there with Al Ninos. Mills in the chat. Give him a shout out as well.
Shout out, Mills.
And Daryl Turner doesn't like that. He took if the Cardinals lose it because he bet on them. Well, yeah, that sometimes that happens. So Reds up on the Cardinals, no doubt about that. All right, that's going to do it here for our drive-thru guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and bring in our crew from that. We're going to wait goodbye, guys. You guys have a great